A very happy new year to you all. 2022 will be the year to shake off the adversities of 2020 and 21. What can we expect in the world of migration for Australia? The signs are all good, and that is the main thing to focus on right now. Those in Australia will have seen the headlines in the press calling for increased migration to pull Australia out of the pandemic woes, and that is exactly what is likely to happen no matter which political party wins the upcoming election in the next 6 months. Hi, I'm Karl Konrad, and I founded Australian Immigration Law Services 23 years ago. And given our long history in the industry, here are our predictions for 2022, along with the future changes the Immigration Minister has already announced. You can expect to see a large increase in the overall migration intake, probably beginning in July 2022. A large slice of this will go towards the quotas for regional migration, being the 491, 190 skilled visas and the 494 regional employer-sponsored visa. For the last 23 years there's been a plan to push more migrants into the regional areas, and now it's finally taking place, with huge booms already happening in Tasmania and South Australia. They have been quicker than the other states to recognise the economic benefits of their state-sponsored programs. We've already seen New South Wales government swing to a focus to offshore applicants who have significant work experience, and we expect that trend to be expanded to the other states as well. The restriction on the 189 visa has had a large impact to push applicants into the regional areas, so it is unlikely the government will give it a large quota. We expect, however, it will fire back into life, but just on a limited quota. The employer-sponsored 186 visa will see a huge demand once the 482 short-stream visa holders are given access to a PR pathway. And when will this happen? It can be expected in the next couple of months, as it is a safe political strategy to be seen to increase the skilled workforce without necessarily large numbers coming in from overseas. Fingers crossed for all of you sitting on that 482 visa with an occupation on the short-term list. The government will get its act together soon to work out the details of this new agricultural visa, which will be a huge bonus to many of our regional neighbours. Again, this will be a political move to project the image that they are helping farmers before the next election. Perhaps that's why the government has been sitting on their hands since announcing this visa earlier last year. We do not expect to see a significant increase in the numbers for the Global Talent Visa, and if anything, a possible reduction. This program has been bogged down with an overwhelming number of applicants. At the end of the day, you only need a certain percentage of high flyers in Australia. The majority of the migration numbers need to come from those who are the average skilled workers to get the jobs done. The largest economic boost to this country will be when visitors are allowed back in with a 600 visitor visa. These visas are currently being processed, but only for those who meet the current travel exemptions. Of course, the Omicron variant has created some concern regarding mass 600 visitor visa grants, and as such it may not be till July or longer before Australia fully opens up. Of course, now will be the best time to apply for a student visa if coming to Australia to study is on your radar. We expect to see a certain relaxation in the red tape surrounding the 500 visa to ensure students are granted a visa as quickly as possible and get their boots on the ground in Australia once again. This approach has happened before when the Labor government reduced the red tape for student visa processing during the global financial crisis. Due to the focus on regional migration, it will not be surprising to see a large numbers of students fill up the states and territories that offer the best deal for state sponsorship at the end of their courses. It's time for the states to get their act together and be reliable in what they offer to attract students to their regions. If you're looking to study and go regional, shop around carefully to see what they offer. We have a recent video about comparing states, and you'll find a link to that at the end of this one. On the downside, the changes to the sponsorship requirements for partner visas is still lurking out there, festering in that evil cave where such changes were dreamt up. It's going to be a nasty piece of legislation, and perhaps the government will be too scared to table it before the election. Negativity is not something they want to project right now. The extensions of the 489, 491 and 485 visas for those who have been impacted by the pandemic will be a welcome addition to any new law changes. However, the government needs to bring in those changes quickly to enable those who arrive on shore to apply for the visas they will need. need. The longer periods given to those waiting for their 485 visas are currently happening. For the lucky ones who have completed a Masters by coursework and applied through the post-study work stream, 3 years are now being granted. For those who applied under the graduate stream, they're also getting a longer 2-year visa. The biggest bonus will be from the 1st of July when all vet sector students who meet the Australian study requirement have access to a 2-year 485 visa. It is unlikely that those who currently hold such visas will be allowed to apply for a longer extension, but anything can still happen. From all of us here in the office, we wish you a very happy new year, and may this year make up for the woes of the past. As always, we are here to help, whether to lodge an application for you or just get the right advice through our consultations on Zoom, Skype or the telephone. Don't forget to keep up with all the latest by subscribing to our channel and liking us on Facebook. As always, take care out there, and I'll see you next time. So bye for now.